else, watch my friend Jay's opening remarks.
I know. Okay. Weren't they good? Oh my gosh.
So good.
The best. The best.
And so she's a teacher.
Yeah.
She's a prof. And so then we have Irene come up, and then we have those little guys, you know, the recording of Macri, and then we have, what was that young kid's name? Mariano. Oh, captured my heart. And his grandma.
And
Debbie. She's a beautiful speaker.
She is.
She's very compelling. She's very authentic.
Yes. A powerhouse in Chicago. Mm-hmm.
And we know that Syl has a pretty thick accent, and she's conscious of it, but her diagnostics were so compelling. Yeah. And the live cell, just everything. Now, Noelle, I'm of the mind that if we don't share that, how do we accomplish our mission?
Agreed.
So I'm happy to invest my cost of the ticket, and I believe that'll come around to me. And P.S., I have a write-off. Mm-hmm. So I think we can get a little bit tunnel vision about, well, how dare you put it on YouTube? Well, okay, but can we just take a breath here and think about what the ultimate reason was for that?
Right? Yeah. Honestly, after living that day and experiencing that day, how could I not? I was thinking of all the people that we're going to be bringing into the fold in the next week, month, 3 months. How can we not let them really get a true taste of our culture? Because I think that day was a lot of different things. It was education. It was our heart. It was it was testimonials. And so
it was commitment, Noelle, on your part and everybody else who expensed the trip to be there. And now my friend is going to have a better shot at recovery, because she said to me in tears, I don't think I'm ever going to walk without a limp again. And I'm in agony in my opposite hip. She's 10 years younger than me. So, but I'll tell you what, it was the smarty pants who got her attention. It wasn't her friend.
Well, I'm glad it was available so you could show it to her, because really, ultimately, that was the whole reason we did this.
That's right.
It's because we want to share it. I mean, and how
if we don't share it, we're going to tank. And it's on us if we do. So I'm happy to throw my $25, whatever it was, your way. And everybody in Brantford brought something, and we just had the greatest social time. And thank you, Tracy Lalonde, for what you said earlier. Thank you for making the live stream available, because actually we could feel what you guys were feeling across the miles all the way to Brantford, and we were stoked here.
Well, to be able to feel that excitement, and to see my other sister, Dr. Syl, up on stage talking about the mitochondria was mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, do we realize what we have here?
Yeah.
Do we realize what we have as far as a tool to help our bodies optimize their ability the way they were meant to operate? I mean, when you have people like the brilliance of not only Jay, but the follow-up with people like Dr. Syl, and the studies that she's done and what she's found, we are blessed to be able to have that and to understand that. And
the live cell was absolutely, the live cell was so compelling.
Right?
Unreal. It was a theme of cellular health in a way.
Yeah.
And that really came home to my friend with the broken leg, because, when Jay said, we have the opportunity to get back to factory setting, I'm paying attention, because I'll tell you what, I can remember 9 numbers in a row. And for 10 years, I would have to go back and look at the phone number and look at the phone number again and look at my bank information and punch that in. But I'm better.
Yeah.
I'm better.
That's amazing.
I remember your bank information too.
Terry, I think Karen Smith has her hand up. Hi, Karen.
Yeah, let's go. Karen, go to unmute.
Hello, Noelle. Great job,
friend.
everybody involved. I'm already going to start bawling my eyes out here. I want to just tell you, what an impact you guys had on us back here. I know Terry alluded to it.
Yeah.
But while we were on the break, I was already bawling my eyes out. And I got a message, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but Norma Blanc messaged me and said, "Oh my God, I am a total wreck right now." So him and I got on a video chat, and we're both bawling our eyes out, going, like, we just have the greatest team, the greatest culture, the greatest gift, the greatest everything. And as far as putting it on YouTube, like Lori says, I go out of my way every Wednesday to give something away to somebody on Wealth Wednesday. I'm always giving stuff away.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just gave away $20 for somebody else that couldn't afford it to be able to see it, I'm all for it.
Thank you.
I also want to let you know that Heather Lemke and I are now working on one for Ontario.
Woo! That's awesome. All right.
So-
Well, you reach out
We'll
to me.
be counting on you.
You
for
reach out to
info.
me, and I will be happy to help. I will consult with you in whatever way I can. That's amazing, Karen. Good job. You know what,
Thank you.
everybody, that I want to say this. First of all, it doesn't have to be in a big room with glitzy lights. You don't have to have an AV guy. I didn't even have a script. Literally, I walked up there and I just started talking, and I want to encourage you guys. You can do the same thing. It doesn't have to be fancy. All you have to do is create a space for community and let people start talking, and you will have the exact same amazing event. That is all you have to do. So I don't want you to feel like it has to be some big production or you've got to have gift bags. We had gift bags because that's how I like to do it. So, and that's the other thing is when you do your own event, you get to do it however you want, and you get to play the music you want. You get to have who you want speak, and you get to do all the things like you want. And so I'm here to, as a resource, if I can help somehow, I want to help you, but believe in yourself and know that you can do this too. And you can recreate this in a small way in your own community, because really that's what we're all longing for is community. Yep. Mm-hmm. And people want to be able to bring their gifts, like Jean, we say Jeannie because it has an E at the end, just so we all know, but it's pronounced Jean. But Jeannie has the gift of heart, and she was there hugging people, welcoming people. And that was what she brought to it. And Lynn Staley she did the REM patch. Can you believe how calming she is? I mean, listening to her talk, you just want to melt in your chair and start saying yoga words or whatever. She's just so calming, right?
She could tell adult bedtime stories to me.
I know, she totally should. She totally should. But Lynn was just amazing because she just was there to do whatever we needed, and she was amazing at being at the front door. So it's a beautiful thing to allow the people on your team to shine and then to recognize them, because we all want to have that, we all want people to know. Just recognition is so important, and I think it doesn't happen enough. I think it's important that we recognize the little things. So,
want to hear something?
I didn't mean to jump back in. Sorry, but Karen, I'm here. When you're ready, you call me.
Awesome. And you know what? I was going to allude to the non-script thing too, because we're always told just be yourself. Go out and be yourself. We don't need scripts.
Yes.
That was the most beautiful presentation until I lost power. Thank God for for the uploads to YouTube, but
yeah,
the non-scripted everything was amazing.
Yeah, I think that it really, for me, one of the biggest takeaways I had being so blessed to be in this from the beginning was it was like back to basics. It was like, yes, it's so exciting that we've got these studies coming out, and it's so exciting that we have amazing, data now from like Dr. Sill and brain mapping and all these things. but you couldn't beat the fact that Jay got up there on the stage and tipped people over, and to see the expression on their face, it just brought me back to day one. I remember one of the very first event, there was like 45 people at the event, and every person got a pair of socks by Jay, and everybody got assessed on their balance dynamically and laterally, and the look was exactly the same 6 years ago, and 38 people enrolled. And they were all guests. So there was 45 people there, 38 people enrolled on one of our first meetings in Toronto. So it really kind of felt like it was bringing us back to grassroots, and got that warm feeling, because we can get so wrapped up on what's going on in the world and sort of forget, what got us here, you know? And
wasn't his talk so fun at the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
I had no, like Kathy Gage said, there was stuff she'd never even heard before. And I had said to him, Jay, we just need to know how this all started. Like in the morning, I want it to be about how did Vox start? And in the afternoon, where we're going. And that's all the prompt I needed to give that man, because he took it and ran with it. And boy, Jay was heart forward, that he hugged people, and he just, Jay just has these big, like, bare arms. I mean, he gives you a real hug. And his daughter, oh my gosh, his daughter is so lovely.
Oh, isn't she wonderful, Jasmine?
Lovely
I'm so
girl.
excited. I'm so excited that Jasmine's going to come in, and we're going to try and develop more of that younger demographic for athletics and study and so on. And what an amazing candidate to have his own daughter. Like, what parent doesn't want their own child to work in the business? I mean, it's so natural, and the fact that she's a lawyer, I mean,
right?
She's a pretty smart cookie, and that was really exciting. So Jean Lynn has her hand up. Go ahead, Jean.
Our AV girl. Jean was behind the AV board.
Hi.
So he was doing all that with
so so I can definitely share those Zoom tips with you, but I'm not doing it for you. Just kidding. It was a lot of work. No, it actually was good. It was good. I just wanted to say that I am so blessed and fortunate that I was able to take part in this. I mean, not only be part of the crew, that looked at it 2 years ago to do, and then when COVID hit, and then kind of having Noelle come back, from Florida and saying, we're going to do this, it's going to be great. And it just felt so organic, like the way that it unfolded, and it was just beautiful. And like you said, heartfelt. Mm-hmm. And I just want to say how inspired or re-inspired I was being there that day. Yeah. And I just hope that everyone, even if you were watching it through a screen and even through a recording, could really feel how loving and how awesome that day really felt in the flesh there, in the presence. And I really do encourage those of you who are talking about having one in Toronto or in Canada, anywhere, or anywhere really, to go ahead and do it. It's such a gift to experience. And I really, really do hope that you all either go attend one or create one of your own.
Yeah, great point, Jeannie. It's that organic feeling. It's that realness. I mean, the hug is real. And
the authenticness, yes. But I just felt like it unfolded so just organically, the whole thing.
Yeah, I agree. Great point. Super point for sure. And I think that, that's the way the company started. You know what I mean? It was very, Kevin Duguay, the first Vox Life representative associate, used to call them Kleenex moments, right? And we've all felt those Kleenex moments, and the day that they stop is the day that we're dead, I believe. Those Kleenex moments, we should strive for them, right? Because that's inspiring. Your emotion.
I would say make sure you have Kleenex, because we didn't. And that's one thing that we should have
for Irene. Yeah.
I vote Irene president of the Kleenex Club.
I know. Wasn't Irene spectacular?
Oh, no words.
She always is.
She always is, but
that girl.
oh, and we all had so much fun having Irene there because she just is a firecracker. I know she's here. Where
She's got
Irene,
great
where are
energy.
you?
She's here.
Pop your hand up, Irene. We want to hear from you.
I
Come
know
on,
that
you
nobody knows.
Russian.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for all the love. It was a powerful moment for me. The whole entire event was incredible. Noel and I talked about it 2 years ago, and at that time, I was not able to come I had another trip to plan, and I was like, I promise I will be there for you next time. And, it all worked out beautifully. Yes, it all unfolded organically. And for me, even more so organically than ever. Oh, here I go, I need a tissue. to be able to share my gratitude to the man that changed my life. It was a very powerful moment. I felt so connected to every single person there. I cannot be more committed to the journey, as you all know. I get up in the morning, I go to sleep. It's all about me changing somebody's socks and, letting them know that they will get their quality of life back. So it was beyond heartfelt for me, being able to speak in front of Jay and let him know what it means to me, but also all the people that were in the room, right? It's not just about my story. It's about everyone's story. And, every morning I get up and I go live and I encourage you to share your story. So it really felt like we were one big family, and one of my distributors in Chicago kind of fell off the train, and she came in and she was so inspired, and everything I told her about this company, she saw it firsthand. Here, I'm going to introduce you to the CEO. Here's Dr. Sylvia that I told you about. It's true, I know them. He's Kathy Gates, our leader. And they said and came and said hi, and we broke bread together. It was really this is really one of a kind journey. It's family, and I appreciate you making me feel so welcome.
And Irene, tell them about the live blood, because it was kind of significant. Do you have the picture? Do you have the picture to show them?
Let's talk about live blood. So Dr. Mark was channeling in the room because this beautiful soul did my blood test. Lynn, right? Lynn, her name is Lynn?
Linda.
I'm sorry, Linda. Me and names, don't get along, so is spelling, but that's okay. I got you all. She did my blood, and we were looking through. If you haven't seen it, go on my page and watch it. And she's like, very interesting, And she goes, I've done this for 30 years. I have never seen blood this sticky. You are one of a kind. That's exactly what Dr. Mark said to me when he did my first brain mapping without the socks. And then we put our tech on. And the Rollo, right, Karen? Rollo.
Yeah, you got it. Rollo.
Disappeared. It was like magic. She's like, oh my God, I'm going to use your blood for my study to teach my students. So exactly what Dr. Mark said when he did my brain mapping. So really, truly, Vox Life saved my life again. 3 weeks prior, me going to do all of this, my doctor told me my cholesterol was super high, and she doesn't understand how I have not had a stroke or a heart attack. Was so close to that she wanted to put me on meds. And I said, well, I know what you don't know. Let me go a little further. And when she did this blood thing, I understood why, right? The blood separated, and that's not even big of that deal. Well, I understand how my father lived 14 months longer because of this tech. It made all the sense in the world. I understood it, but I didn't really understand it until I saw what it did. Here I go. Where's the damn Kleenex? Noel.
Well, I think
So powerful weekend, powerful technology, powerful family here we got. And I'm so honored to be part of this.
I think hearing everybody on here, I think we can all agree how important these events are. How important they are for motivation, how important they are for encouragement, how important they are to get out and get to know each other, and to share stories and to undergird each other and help, because, you know, the lockdown has been tough. It's been tough on Jay, but it feels like we come through it and we're still here and we're still grinding. And so thank you everyone for sharing your emotion and sharing your stories, and it's amazing. It just proves to me as a takeaway right away that how important doing events are, and we just got to keep this ball rolling. Wouldn't you agree, folks?
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
So we got Paul Vanderbin. Paul.
Good evening, everybody. Well, yeah, it was, I mean, you know, it was so great. I mean, when the tickets came out for that event, it was like, it was one of those no-brainers. Like, I bought the ticket right away. I knew I was going. And, you know, I think, Noel, it couldn't have happened at a better time, because, you know, with the announcement of Steve coming on board, like, the momentum has, and it isn't stopping, and we're looking like a hockey stick, you know? And what I thought was so incredible the entire day was, you know, just how, Noel, how you structured it so that everything kind of led to the next thing, and everything followed. And, you know, Dr. Sill's, you know, presentation there to kind of help us, you know, understand the whole thing, so that when we saw it, we started to recognize some of the things. And yeah, you know, it was just a very powerful day, and you know, just thoroughly enjoyed it. I was, you know, Elsa and I got there Thursday late, and or in the afternoon, and we were there till Sunday, and, you know, just meeting people and just being a part of it was, you know, just reminded me, you know, took us back to kind of the pre-COVID days. And yeah, so I really appreciate, you know, all the work that Noelle and her team did to put this on, and it certainly made an impact on me. It made a big impact on the guests that I had there. We've got her all teched up now. She got her last order in today for a sleeve and chillet, and she's going to be all set. She's going to be our walking billboard in Manuka, Illinois. So
she was awesome.
It was great. It was great. So, and the last thing I want to say, Dr. Sill, man, we need to get her on the Jays, man. She got a hell of an arm. When she threw that ball to me, it was a good thing. It's a good thing I had my sleeve on, and somehow I was able to react, because otherwise that ball was going to be at the other end of the room.
Okay, well, let's go. Thank you very much, Paul. That's awesome. I'm so glad you went there and supported the event and represented us here in Ontario, and in more particular in Brantford. So bravo to you and Elsa, and glad you, and I'm sure you represented us really well there for sure. So we have Gina and Durko. I'm sorry?
Beth Poulin was there too. Shout out.
Yeah, that's right, Bethy. Yeah, that's right.
It was so much. We had so much fun.
So Jean and Durko, you can unmute yourself, Jean.
I did. Thank you.
Great.
You guys, I am so glad all of you were present, even if you weren't physically there. We felt your presence for everyone that was there. It was so important. Noelle just did this flawlessly honestly, she really was without a script. She was like, oh, can you do this? And can you do that? And of course, everybody's willing to do everything and anything for Noelle, because she's so easy about it and so kind and loving and generous with everything. So it makes it so easy. It was such a phenomenal time, as you guys all experienced, and all of YouTube gets to experience, and that is a blessing to the whole world. I felt like I got to meet members of a family that I never knew, all the Canadians that came in, It was wonderful and marvelous. And I'm so grateful. And thanks for all the fun we got to have, Noel. You should be bawling your eyes out. You did phenomenal. It was so terrific. Irene was great. Kathy Gage was great. Debbie was great. Natalie was great. It was just, and when I got to see Jay, I literally stopped in my tracks, like the light in your eyes. I was just like, and my mouth fell open, and I just stood there going, "Oh my God, he's here!" It was
We got
so
the cutest
exciting.
picture of her and Jay together on Friday night. It was so cute. He's just so loving. He's so sweet and loving, really.
Yes.
Noel, he's so appreciative of you. And I love this side of Jay that's kind of fun. Can I share a little funny story? They're on their drive there, and my phone rings, and I didn't get to it, and it was JD. And so I called him back, and I said, "How many times did that ring?" And he said, "Once, but the girls talked me out of what I was going to do." And I said, "What were you going to do?"
Dr. Still knows the story.
Yeah. He said, "I was going to tell you that Sil and I had a fight, and I dumped her out of the car in London, go get her." And I said, the only problem I have with that is the mood Sil would have been in when I got to her.
Well, speaking of Dr. Sil, she's next up with her hand up. So big sis, go ahead. You got the floor.
It's like, thank you, everyone. And thank you so much, Noel, even from my side as well. You did an amazing job. You and your whole entire team, and everybody was just phenomenal. And even like hearing from you guys that, oh, I was afraid, I was like it just like anxious that it is gonna work or not gonna work. Well, even from my side, it is happened because like how Terry said that, like from the from the other side, it wasn't really visible, but literally when Noel asked from me, it's like, "Can you send over your presentation, like your PowerPoint presentation?" It's like, hold on for a second. Like literally, I just finished even the study. Like I did not have in any forms. So what was on the screen, it was literally screenshots, just what I from the studies what I finished, and my anxiety was coming out that I don't know how I gonna put together, or what should I say, or what should I not say, or how I will be able to do this together. So even for me, like I was in the almost like the last minute addition into the whole event, but we did it. And like, yes, we stepped over our fears and everything else, and we just get better from here. So like, that's why I said, it's like, here is the the backstage secrets that, well, okay guys, I don't know, but like these are literally just the screenshots. It's like I don't even have like the the proper pictures yet, but yes, we're going.
No, it was
still, the show must go on.
Yes, like definitely. That's why I said, it's like, okay, because it has happened so quickly, and like even did not have the proper material like put together yet, because it wasn't available yet. It's like, okay, just work with what we have, and the next one it is gonna be better.
And it was fantastic.
Sil, thank you.
Thank you for everyone.
On behalf of the field, thank you, sis. You did a great job. Awesome, as always. So next up we have Debbie Placidini from Naperville, I believe. Debbie, unmute.
You're close. I'm from Westmont.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was probably one of the closest people to that event. It was amazing. Well, first of all, I just want to say the opportunity that we had having that put together, Noel, I know it just was a lot of work. I know it was, but I will tell you that the paybacks just emotionally, when seeing everything that happened that day, was just a game changer. A lot of you guys have heard me talk about my husband. My husband and I have been and different opportunities along the way. And we've done many things, and he was not on board. Okay. He's always loved the tech and he's always loved what it's done, but everybody, the culture in that room changed him. I have notes that he wrote, and my husband was not coming back to the afternoon session, and he ended up coming back. So he was blown away, you guys, he was blown away. He was blown away by, you know, every single person. I don't want to leave anybody's name out by naming who and all, but the one thing he really was, so amazed at Jay, because Jay was so down to earth and we were able to relate with him, and he looked you straight in the eye and he talked to you and he made you feel so special. I have to say one little takeaway, that Mariano was so up here, because everybody kept saying to him, thank you for sharing your story. And I told most of the story, but it was really a lot of his story. It was our family's story. It was what our family's been touched so much by what this has done for us. And I had guests there that were just elated. I mean, I had Sunday night, I was on the phone for an hour with the little lady that was there that Noelle, you went up to and you interviewed her and you kind of were asking her questions. Well, she wasn't going to come in the afternoon, and she went in the bathroom and called her friend and decided to stay because her friend was the one that recommended for her to come and couldn't come. This lady blindsided came to this meeting, never knew her, never met me or anything. And I was on the phone with her for an hour Sunday night, and she placed a very nice order, and she's walk a mile, see a mile. She's going to kind of test the waters, but I believe that woman will be an associate. And so it's crazy. And the things that have been happening. And I just want to say that I feel a moral obligation, because I live so close, okay, to get more events going. But I don't think I can do it the way you did it, Noelle. No, I think I can't I wouldn't want to tap.
You don't need to.
But you gave a baseline and you're up here, but you know what? I think we can do an event that could be even where we can get people coming on a regular basis and have something regularly going on, so that we can group together and share it. And there's a power in that, like locking arms together and having this and having the people, and who can come. Maybe we don't have the AV stuff and all that kind of stuff, because I know it costs money and I know it's hard, and we're all in here to share. So we can even take some of the stuff from that event and show it on a screen maybe too. We could duplicate. Having everything put into YouTube is the smartest thing you could ever done. I've already showed it today. I had a lady, and I don't want to keep going on and on, but I had a lady that was here at my house, and I showed her some of it, and she bought product, and she's like, she walked me to the door to my door, and she grabbed me, hugged me, and said to me, "You're already changing my life." And I'm like, you guys, we don't even realize what from the other end, how powerful, so.
Debbie, I have some ideas for you on a smaller scale that we could.
Thank you. Okay.
About that. That I think will work for you.
Yes.
I mean, the idea of leveraging events to me has always been to give associates the opportunity to introduce the technology to somebody new through third-party validation.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very powerful. And so I've got some ideas how you could do that on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
And, set it up so that you can, do it in home or whatever the case may be. So why don't you reach out to me this week sometime? We'll just have a chat, have a Zoom call or whatever, and I can throw some ideas again, because I think it's very important now more than ever to feed off of this, this wave that the Chicago and Midwest event has created. And by the way, you were awesome up there, Debbie, too, with your grandson. It was awesome. And first of all, we were saying, no way, she's not a grandma, not a chance. Anyway,
well, thank you.
Yeah, it was really well done, and your grandson was very, very compelling and really cute, to be honest with you. But I think we got to feed off of this wave. We got to continue to stay enthused. We got to continue to stay up. And it doesn't always have to be like a main event, so to speak, like Noelle did. So I've got some ideas we can talk about that will lead us in to some more main events.
Agreed. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let's
keep the momentum going.
Let's chat sometime this week, and we'll come up with a game plan.
Love it. Thank you.
Thanks for being on the call, Debbie. It was awesome.
Yes. Thank you.
So Dan, you're up.
Thank you. The smaller events will always feed into the larger events. That's what Steve would say. And The other thing is you'll hear him say sometimes is do the math. And I really hope that especially as many events as possible will be live streamed, because there's always going to be a certain percentage that can't get to an event.
Yeah.
But you can always put people on a live event. And one thing that you should think about is, or be aware of, Nicole had, how many people in the room, Nicole, approximately?
Noel.
I would
sorry.
say we didn't count. I don't know, between 80, 85 maybe.
Okay, so let's just say 90 people. Okay, no, sorry, Noel. The reason I'm bringing this up is online, we averaged through the course of the sessions between, we never really fell below 99 people. So even though you had 80 or 90 people, we really had an audience of 180 on that, in that event. And then there was about 150 tickets sold for the live stream, which, by the way, Noel, you couldn't have priced them any better. They were very inexpensive, right?
Yeah.
There was 150 people, so 50 people didn't see it live, but they're going to look at it later, coupled with the other folks that were in the room. You've reached almost 250 people in one go around. And my final point would be is to just a hats off to Gene. When you're doing these things, there's an awful lot of things happening in the background, and 92-kilometer winds on the other side of a window where I'm trying to run all this was interesting.
Yeah.
But to have someone like Gene to work with is phenomenal. And she did an incredible job at the front end of things, made things easier for me, because there was an awful lot going on at different parts of that production. And it just, when you have a good team player, it makes everything work well. So Gene, it was a real pleasure to work with you. And Noel, thank you for reaching out and asking for me to participate. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for your willingness. And I think one good takeaway is now we have some jobs that we can lay out and say, hey, it's really important to have someone that can focus on Zoom. It's really important to have someone that can focus on AV in the room, and maybe ticket sales and hospitality and front end. I mean, it just, of course, every time you do something more than once, you learn lessons and you can get better at it. But we're really going to try, the Chicago team is really going to try to share that with all of you so that you don't have to do your first event by yourself, and you'll have at least a document and some information so that we can help you make it as easy as possible.
Yeah, and you know what, Noel? It's about taking ego out of it, because so many people have an ego about it. And guys, you can't have an ego and be successful in this. You have to create a team and bring people on like Jeannie and Dan and others that were behind the scenes that you don't even hear about. They're the unsung heroes when you put these events together. And Noel will be the first one to tell you this wouldn't have happened without the team of people that
100%
were behind and all of us, as far as the field is concerned, in supporting allowed this event to take place. So Dan, great point about the reach and to make it available on live stream. I mean, we did an event or two, I believe we did online virtual during COVID that are difficult to do, but it was all we had at the particular time. And so it had to suffice. It had to keep the ball rolling. But certainly, to keep these calls going, I want to do, these training calls. I want to hear from the associates. Because Steve can't do it all either. Steve Schultz, who's hired corporately, we have to continue to step up and share what we know on either Associate in the Spotlight or tips from the field. We all have something to offer. We all don't know it all, but we all know something. We all can share a tip, and we can all become wiser when we share that. So Heather, thank you for your comment. I'm delighted that we're back on here, and what a great way to bring these Monday night team vaccination training calls back on. But I think for now, I don't want to overwhelm people with calls and so on. So I think we're going to do it every other week, every other Monday is what we'll do. So let your teams know that every other Monday we'll try to come up with some some meat and potatoes for you. And if you have something to offer or something you want to share and you want to be in the spotlight, please reach out. I'm happy to simply host and be the Larry King of vaccination if I have to. I don't care. But anyways, we're very grateful. So Elsa, lower your hand and unmute, and you're good to go.
Unmute.
There you are.
Hey.
Hey, Elsa.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Noelle, your team, the whole event. I was on cloud 9 driving home with Paul, and I actually set up to get a live blood analysis for this coming Monday here in Lambeth. And I actually talked to the lady that's going to be doing it, and I explained to her what it is that I'm looking for. I kind of explained the patch because she thought I was talking about a supplement. And I said, I'm so like seeing the pictures of the Neurovox with the photos of the blood platelets, and nothing hit home until we saw it at your event live in front of us, how the cells needed to look and why, the iridescent flow was happening, and showing the oxygen and talking about the nutrients and the importance of having healthy blood is your lifeblood. And that was just like, I was like, mind blown. I was so mind blown because everything just kind of, all the pieces of the puzzle came together. Like it just went, I get it. I get it. Oh my God. I had goosies. I was like, oh my God, I need to get my own live blood done. I need to see my stuff with the Neurovox without it. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to get this done. And Irene, and there's so many people in our Chicago event feed that have been sharing their live blood analysis. And, it's kind of like, my dad died of bone cancer. My brother died of bone cancer. My mother passed away of a heart attack. So I'm a little bit anxious about what I'm going to hear, but it's being preventive. Like I can't keep my head in the ground and not know exactly what is my blood going to say when I get it tested. So it's all because of that aha moment that Noelle and Lynn shared this live blood analysis. It was just like, I can't wait to do mine and share it.
That was brilliant for that modality of ours, for sure. It's very, very compelling.
I still have goosebumps about it. I'm like, I can't wait to get this done.
Well, and you know what it says, Elsa, to all of us, it really recommits me to really share this, to know the importance of how the blood has to oxygenate, to know that, to get it through the capillaries, it can only go through one cell at a time. And so if your blood's clumped, you're not getting the blood flow to the extremities of your body that you should. And that's really important. So, one of our additional modalities being the Neurovox Patch. I can remember, I'll tell you a little story about Jay when he first came up with his invention. And it was at the time when, the scare was coming on about COVID and everything. And we were doing an event in Toronto. Sylvia, Dr. Sylvia, you were there. The women of Vox Life put on an event in Toronto, and we went, and I was sitting with Jay, and he told me secretly, he said, I got something coming out that's going to help with people's immune system. And I said, come on. And he said, yeah, it's gonna help optimize the immune system, the gut-brain connection, and it's gonna help people fight off viruses. And with this new thing that they're saying is coming out that started in Wuhan, he says, I'm so confident in this patch, if I had it on, I'd lick the door handle of the Wuhan hospital. And I killed myself laughing, but story. And so when you see right before your eyes what it does, like in an hour's time of wearing it, and know that we have something that can help our body optimize, to help our body do what it's supposed to do, is brilliant. So I know how you feel, Elsa. I think we all are feeling that, and what a brilliant move to have that presented by Lynn on stage there. It was amazing. So bravo.
Yeah, that was the clincher. That sealed it for me. I mean, I've never wavered anyways. I'm cemented in Vox. I'm a Vox lifer. I'm here to stay. But to have that powerful visual just hit home, and you know, I do a home-based spa, and I was already sharing with 2 spa clients today about this, and people don't know what live blood analysis actually means. Like, we're just used to getting our blood taken and then find out from the doctor, oh, we tested your blood and you're fine. Versus real time microscope. Like, Noelle, my God, like that was it. That was the bomb. Like, just blew my mind, and I'm still vibrating. So
I know. Linda's amazing, and and she is as honest. I mean, she will entirely tell you exactly what it is, how it is, and what's going on. But yeah, it is. I'm happy that it came across, and you all learned so much from her, because I find her to be just a brilliant woman who has so many resources, so much knowledge, so much information. And this live blood analysis, it's mind blowing.
Is Linda on the call, Noelle? I'm just checking.
I don't think that she is. No.
Oh, I would love to have her come on sometime and see what her reaction was to the first time that she saw, oh my goodness, what just happened to this blood? That would be amazing sometime. So I might hit you up on that and see if she.
All right. And if anyone wants to have Linda, do your blood, it's a 2-hour session. It's $200, and you just would come to Chicago and set up a time with her. A number of people met with her on Sunday, and the results were very, very interesting and different for each person. So it was fascinating. Yeah.
Awesome.
Leah, who has her hand up, she went in as well for live blood analysis. So I'm sure she can add to that
let's go to in the order right now. Let's go to Jeannie. Jeannie, go ahead.
Jean, did you have your hand up again? Or?
Do you mean me? Yeah, I did actually a while ago, but so I'll kind of rewind for a second. One, I wanted to just speak to, you were talking about events, and it reminded me of how important networking is, right? We think about events and networking with clients or with other people that can help our business. But oftentimes networking with your people bring even more value sometimes, and being able to lock arms and kind of move through the journey together and kind of create those bonds. And I wanted to thank Dan for the little shout out to me. Thank you, Dan, for all of your help as well. It was fun, and wanted to kind of give a little shout out to Debbie. And, I'm in Aurora, so I'm very close to you, and I would be happy to help if there's, a small event that you and Terry decide is best for you. If you need some help, just please let me know.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Jeannie. It's awesome. We can all link arms together, and we can do this and leverage these events. Guys, if I can give you any advice, as you put it, Jeannie, networking. I mean, get your people, get your guests here. Grab them by the hair. I don't care what you do. Get them to an event, get them in the room, and let them feel what we all feel when somebody tells their story. When they have the lateral dynamic stability assessment done for the first time, and they're like, what just happened? Because as Kevin Duguay says, when you do that lateral dynamic assessment on them, they cannot unexperience what they just experienced. You can't take that, that can never take away. So when you're leveraging these events and putting them on, keep in mind that it's, as Jeannie said, it's networking. It's bringing people that don't have the experience, that hear it from others other than you. Because third-party validation is very powerful. Very, very powerful. Somebody else's story is powerful. You know, you look at people that have told their stories over the years, and it's very compelling. There's a reason why there's 54,000 people on our testimonials group. Continue to leverage that group and utilize those testimonials to move forward. So Leah, love to hear from you. Unmute.
There, unmuted. I'm unmuted, right?
There you go. Yep, you're there. Welcome, Leah.
Hi, Leah.
First of all, I want to thank all of the Chicago people for making me feel very welcome, because I was here totally by myself, but I wasn't by myself. I was with a group of friends.
Yeah,
thank you, Irene.
absolutely.
Irene is my friend forever now. You know? And as I was walking from my room to the room of the event, there's Jay, and I immediately, Mr. Jay Dollywall. And I walk up and I give him the biggest hug. You know, he's like, he basically got attacked at the desk. But no, and live blood. I cannot say enough about live blood. I know I've shared my blood with you guys on the Chicago site. I shared it with my own group. And it's something, if anybody can't afford to get it done, but they want to use something, mine is out there. It's out there. I don't care if you use mine to say, hey, this is what happens. And things you'll see. Okay, I am told I'm cardiac fine, but yet it showed heart stress. It showed I need magnesium for my heart. Now, I take magnesium every now and then. I don't do it regularly. Well, guess what? This just changed my life. You know, and I have considered taking an additional vaccination. But it has cardiac side effects. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Especially now that I know I have some cardiac stress already. You know, everything that she said and found on me, we knew why it was there. Spleen, liver, bone, we knew all that because we could relate it to things. But I think for people who don't get the answers from their doctors, if you can afford live blood, and I think somebody here said on one of those things that they found it for $135, $200, it's your future. It's your future. I cannot say enough about live blood.
Well, you put it very, very eloquently, Leah, that certainly we have to understand and we have to know that life is in the blood.
Yes.
And so if you want a good life, clean your blood up. Start there. You know.
Right. And it's like, just because you pass all your blood tests doesn't mean you're really that healthy. There might be something in there that just sits under the radar. And my CLL sat under the radar for about 2 years before it actually raised its head and said, hey, this is what's going on with you now. You know?
Well, you know, it's when Linda was doing the live blood analysis and was able to show that, you know, the white blood cells couldn't do their jobs very well.
Yeah, where they can't get through. If they're blockaded around in your, I mean, look at Irene's blood. How can anybody get through those coils of blood cells that don't allow a space at all? You know?
Yeah. So it's very, 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 very powerful technology, and in combination with the other techs that Jay has invented, man, we got a powerful arsenal to make people feel better. Make people.
I have socks. I have a sleeve.
Yeah.
I have a patch. Like, yeah, it's there. You know, I have another patch.
Thank you for your comments, Leah. They're I think we all feel the same, and I think we can all agree that you know, when you think about, you know, getting on a smart chip program to be qualified if you're going to build, Jay has made this extremely easy from what it used to be when we first started, to continue to allow us to be qualified, but to continue to allow us to be healthy enough to do it, or to help in our health, and to allow our bodies to function at a better level through utilizing the products ourselves. And I always believe that we have to be a product of the product. I mean, we have a little thing in our brain called the amygdala, which is about the size of an almond. And it's your defense mechanism that lets people know whether you're, you know, being truthful, or whether you're, you know, that sense where somebody might come into a room and you may have not have ever met that person, and you think, oh, that person's scary, or that person seems sketchy or whatever. Well, that's your amygdala. And it goes off as well when you know, you're trying to explain this technology, and if you haven't used it and you're not telling the truth of it, you're going to set somebody else's amygdala off. So I think it's very important that we all become, as best we can, products of the product, and certainly to qualify as we build this business out and share it with the world, that we, you know, certainly the Neurovox Patch, for me is a no-brainer. It's 24/7 for me every day, because I know and I've seen what it does for my blood, and it allows my body. Now, I'm not going to stop aging. I'm not going to, you know, but I'll tell you what, for me personally, what I do at 52 years old, I felt way worse at 52 than I do at 60. And I'm doing stuff at 60 years old that I never dreamt that I would be able to do. And I have friends that laugh at me, have laughed at me about the technology and so on. And, you know, I keep laughing. I said, keep laughing as I hit the ball 30 yards farther than them, and they're 10 years younger than me. You know, some people take a long time. I signed up a young lad last night that a seed was planted seriously 6 years ago when we first started. And this guy, this mom, the son wears the socks for golf, and he could not believe it. She finally got him on our technology for golf, and he's a young guy, and he's like, I gotta sign up for this. I gotta get all my buddies on this stuff. So it's possible with the younger generation, and very, very key for all of us to pick our products in patches or socks or whatever we do, and wear them, and share what we know about how we're feeling and how we're getting on. So great.
Yeah, I think we'll go out to Forest Acres and just patch every golfer out there in a day.
Good for you.
It's a local golf course out at MSU, Michigan State University, and stuff. And I bet if I patched all those guys that came out there in a day, they'd be like blown away.
Yeah, good for you. I mean, we're not going to get everybody, but we're certainly going to get somebody.
Well, if I have a business card and a patch, and they have a great game of golf, I'll say, hey, here's another patch for the next time you play.
Absolutely. Here's my link. Get on our customer auto ship.
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, thank you, Leah, for sharing. We appreciate you very much. Okay, Crystal, unmute.
Hi.
Hi, Crystal. Thank you for being on the call.
Wait, I'm trying to see you. There I am.
There you are.
That's my upline.
That's
right
my teammate. That's my teammate. That's my beastie.
That's awesome.
Let me tell you something. We're about to make a video because the two of us, we got an amazing story. I couldn't come to the affair, but I've been talking to Karen Smith about sickle cell and Vox from the beginning. And I said, I didn't understand the whole blood thing. And I had said to her, one of these days I'm going to meet Jay, and I'm going to tell him, listen, Jay, you know, my race of people, we have this problem with sickle cell, and it's a mysterious thing, blah, blah, blah. I see the potential of our patches helping sickle cell disease process because of what it does, what I understand from the summit, and rewatching and trying, because I didn't understand what Karen was trying to explain to me. I didn't understand it from what I had read. Now, my beastie, she didn't tell you, she's a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows what Vox has done for me. I cried all day Saturday. I just cried. I wasn't even supposed to be watching. I was supposed to be somewhere else doing something else. But the heat squashed that. I was going to be dancing. They told me I was going to end up in a wheelchair in 2016. Not me. I'm aging backwards now, thanks to Vox Life.
That's awesome.
Hey.
That's awesome.
We're going to make a video, a testimonial video that we'll be using in ourselves just because of our friend, how we got to this. We actually came through David Baum in England, who got the Karen, and Karen sent me insults years ago. That didn't work for me. but these doggone socks never leave my feet.
Good for you.
Thank y'all for letting me share and making my bestie have the time of her life. She's gonna be amazing. She's gonna outdo me, and that's hard to do.
Well, you know what, Crystal, we appreciate you sharing. Your enthusiasm is infectious. I'm so glad it's improved the quality of your life. Think of how many people you can change. So just know, everybody, when you think that you're not an integral part of this, you are. You know, whether you talk to one person or whether you talk to 100 people, it's not about how many you talk to. It's about actually doing the do and talking to somebody like Karen.
When I came on, I said, "Oh, I'm just a small box person up here in New York," and Paul said, "No, there are no small box people."
Absolutely, 100%. We are all a link in this chain that is going to take this to the world. And if you are one link in the chain and that link breaks, what happens to the chain, right? So we are all a link in the chain where nobody's more important than anybody else. We all have a job and we have a duty to share this. If we can, as Jay says, if we can share it, we must share it. That's our duty. And so, you know, going forward, Crystal, you're an integral part. Your enthusiasm is infectious. It's infectious on all of us here, and we appreciate you. And you're a very, very important part of this mission to bring this to the world. And it's not about how long or how quick we do it. It's about that we're doing it. We're doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being on the call. So we are now at 15 minutes past the hour, guys. We've been on here for a while, but it is so exciting to see everybody's enthusiasm again. So that is very, very exciting to me. And Noelle, thank you for stepping up. I'm so happy that you built a team of people. You've got a little bit of an understanding now of what it has to do and how to put an agenda together and the things involved. And your next one will be awesome. And I think you should do one in Florida. So.
All right. Well,
Florida is always a great place to travel for
Florida
people.
is a great destination. That is for sure. Yes.
Absolutely. So once again, I think we'll wrap up. Respect everybody's time. I will get the recording up ASAP for this call. So if you want to share it with teammates that weren't, able to get on, and please, guys, supporting each other in this journey, whether it's calls, whether it's events, it's so important. Get your teammates on here because we all feel the enthusiasm. We all feel the love that's here, and we need it. We all need it, right? And we, as you said, Noelle, recognition is great, support is great, and it's going to allow us all to learn and be better. Not only do we have the tech that'll make us better from a physical standpoint and a mental standpoint, but the support of having each other will make us better humans. And I think that is so important. So thank you all. I'm going to stop the recording now.